It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We have something that we're going to dive into today that I don't think I even knew had dropped before. So Joe Budden dropped a song called Slaughtermouse 8 years ago, which would be like, what, 2014 or so. And during the period of 2012, I'd say, to like 2018, 2019, when I started to do music reactions, I didn't listen to any music. So I missed so much shit, and it's been fun going back and reacting to a lot of it, but this is something that I actually didn't come across. So shout out to one of the homies for actually DMing me this. I just figured let's dive into it, especially knowing that Eminem is going to be dropping an album. I don't know that it's a straight up Eminem diss, but I assume that it's going to touch on some of his issues that he had with Eminem, the label, Slaughterhouse, all of that shit. So let's just dive into it. Let's see what this man was talking about.
You're now listening to A-Rod Music.
Yeah. Look, it was around 9-9, baby coming while I was at rock bottom. Ironic shit, I was listening to rock bottom. Pockets, rabbit ears, no paper, a lot of cotton. Had some charges stemming from me and my squad robbing. Had to leave the hood, shit staying, not an option. I bumped your shit forever, felt we had a lot in common. A rapper expressing weird, who spoke in depressive stance. All that introspectiveness, I couldn't measure what it did. Listen, I'm writing to you now, cause we don't get to talk much, except for in the stew when we be passing through the halls and such. I wonder if you catch me stare at you and all much. And we be busy working, so I never share my thoughts much.
It's interesting some of the things he said. The reason why I'm writing you now, I wonder if you ever catch me staring at you. I would assume that when this came out, a lot of people were like, oh, so you were Stan. Like, yo, you got to be careful what you say. But Rock Bottom was an amazing song. And I feel like this is just, like, Joe Budden is such a dope rapper that does not get the love that he deserves because he does more podcast shit now and he's known for that more. I've not watched a lot of his podcasts, but I think he's grown to be pretty big and has a lot of haters due to it. So it's like people kind of forget about the music side of him, but this man could rap.
Remember signing 4 niggas with an attitude, but maybe we ain't get your star power and its magnitude. All I thought is it was about to be on. Would've never guessed that I was about to be wrong. We encountered some things maybe we should've figured out all along. Who the fuck was I to be too vocal in my doubt for some songs? Even I can be that dumb to step over the threshold and be the guy who says no to so many records sold. Whole career I never bit my tongue, I let it go. Too many times being a rebel ain't ending what's best for Joe. That second album came and added truth to the slander, but we learned what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. Guess I'm asking for advice right now. Experience and leadership that helps suffice right now. I guess I'm asking, how would you do it? Before I do something too stupid, before my group lose it just to get our views lucid. Every other day these niggas want new exclusive. Should I be in the mix more? Maybe I'm too secluded. Do you think you'd be as famous now if you had to put out My Name Is Now, the way the game is now?
Ooh, I like that. Do you think you'd be as famous now if you had to put out My Name Is Now, the way the game is now? Like, he just has a really dope way of putting his words together, and it's like his voice, the delivery, the flow, the pacing, the schemes, like everything about it. So he's also a really great storyteller because he's kind of explaining the story of them signing, you know, the first album, second album, his thoughts, how he doesn't hold his tongue, and so on and so forth, and what's, you know, good for the goose ain't always good for the gander. Like, bro, this dude is just on a whole nother level with his writing. I really wish that Joe never retired.
Off lyrics, shit is shameless now. Just tell me how you maneuver if you came in now. It's just thoughts. Everything is crisscross. Gotta be cool with complex and pitchfork if I wanna get my shit off. These simple-minded niggas won't think you fuck with us if they don't see you popping bottles in the club with us. It's about fashion now, which I hate because I dress like shit. I'm just the best when I spit, but there's been times I was feeling like the odd man out, like I should leave. They be better with the odd man out. Like when I wasn't on that intro, I felt a little weird, but that was for the team, so I didn't really care for.
Yo, I like this. Okay, so see, I didn't know this was out. I would have listened to this a long ass time ago because I always like wanted to know more about the whole Slaughterhouse situation. And so he's talking about, because nowadays things are different. Like, it's not just about rapping good. Now people are into their fashion. And like he said, if you're not out popping bottles with us, they're going to think that M don't really mess with us like that, right? Because you've got to be seen in pictures. You got to get on Instagram. It's got to be shown all over for everybody to see, instead of people just knowing that, hey, we're signed to him. He put it together. Like, we all rock with each other. People are like, well, we haven't seen pictures of him out with them, so he might not really like them. And it's just, nowadays it's just all about gossip, Twitter, talking this, that, and the third. But I don't know. We're in a goofy period of time right now, especially now. This was 8 years ago. This shit's only gotten worse.
Real for the team, how I happen to be. When bad met evil nigga, who was happier than me? Think back, the way that I was on that shit, you'd have thought it was my album, and I was on that shit like fuck rap. Happy to see a friendship get mended, cemented, and any frivolous tension get ended. Joel, you my G. Weapon waste, you my OG cuz. Nickel, I look at you like it's blood. Here's the flowers, before the sin is covered with mud. We could disband right now, and it's gonna always be love. For a brief period, I tried to rhyme like y'all. I was high, maybe trying to prove that I'm like y'all, but I'm not.
Ooh, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. I like this. Yo, Joe is that guy. I'm just going to keep saying it. But like I said, his ability to tell you the story and to speak to you from his perspective is so well done.
Nickel, I look at you like it's blood.
Oh, a little bit further.
A friendship get mended, cemented, and any frivolous tension get ended.
I'm assuming he's talking about, obviously, I was so excited when Bad Meets Evil came out. I promoted that shit like I was on the album. Like, I talked about it like I was on the album. And when he says that he likes to see all that shit ended and the friendship kind of reignited, I assume he's talking about M and Royce. I don't think that they were ever like enemies or anything like that, but there was a period of time where I'm pretty sure that they were kind of split a little bit. And I don't know exactly what the cause was, but they obviously brought that shit back together.
Joel, you my G. Weapon waste, you my OG cuz. Nickel, I look at you like it's blood. Here's the flowers, before the sin is covered with mud. We could disband right now, and it's gonna always be love. For a brief period, I tried to rhyme like y'all. I was high, maybe trying to prove that I'm like y'all, but I'm not. I suck at all that syllable shit. I'd rather make the pen bleed to see the feeling you get. I'm being honest, we might never sell a million and shit. To me, it's more value in keeping it real with my nigga. And the M, one of the illest ever on the mic. We're less different than we all like. This ain't about star power, I ain't on the hype. Never mind skin color, I see beyond the white. My whole life I fought trauma like you. Had ups and downs with my baby mama like you. I had my fair share of transgressions like you. Had a bad temper once and fought aggression like you. Did drugs, pop pills for depression like you. These are things you never pick up from our sessions in the stew I beefed with. Whole 50 game and woo. Got in my own way a lot, I'm sure the same as you. The whole label think I'm crazy. I've been peeped it. I'm only mad I couldn't keep a better secret. Still when I hear your voice my head goes wrong. Takes me back to that little boy with my headphones on. And the way you saved my life back then is how I'm saving them. Plaques and charted tracks won't take me away from them. So I hope you understand. Fuck this record deal, you inspire me as a man. I'll cut it short before I start feeling like a stand. House gang for life, word to the pig on Roy's hand. Success will never disable me. No record label will ever label me. My morals ain't for sale, can't under the table me. I ride it out even when everything ain't savory. My brothers love me, they won't enable me. And they won't kill me, they won't can't enable me.
Whew, the Cain and Abel bar. Yo, everything he just said. Okay, so I think I went into this with the wrong perspective. And I'm not blaming it on the homie that sent me this, because I guess I skimmed it because it was a long message. But I thought that he was saying something about, oh, he goes to M, or I got to go back and read it again because maybe I misunderstood, because I don't feel like he went to M at all. He showed M probably one of the most respects that I've seen in anybody that had a problem with a situation that involved that person, right? Like, he wasn't very happy with the label situation, with the signing the contract, the way that things were going. And a lot of that, technically, you could say falls on M being Shady Records. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's not the only one behind it. There's a team. But then he went into talking about, like, yo, I forget the label shit. I respect you as a man. Like, I feel like we went through a lot of the same shit. I go back and think of, like, as the little kid with the headphones on, and like how I related to you and the different things that you said. And I see beyond the white, and like, he praised Eminem. And like, he even said himself, I got to stop right now before I feel like I'm a stan. So this definitely had nothing to do with dissing Eminem. It was more so just him telling his story of Slaughterhouse. I'm sure by now I've already got comments down below because of what I said in the very beginning, but that was what my mentality was going into it, because again, I've got to go back and read that message. Maybe it wasn't said to me in the way that I took it, but I thought it was saying like, yo, he's dissing M. He's going at M, and I just, again, think that it's a story of his perspective on the entire signing, the Slaughterhouse shit, how he feels about everybody in it, which he gave praise and love to every single person, a lot of love to Eminem, and you know, just basically saying, you know, I've got to speak my mind. I'm not happy about certain things, but as men, as people, like, I love all of you guys. It's always love, no matter what, whether we disband, stay together, all of that shit. So I don't know. Again, I got to go back and read that message, because that threw me off, because I'm like, yo, this is not at all what I was anticipating. I thought he was going to throw shots in certain things and so on and so forth, but this was like a very respectful track that I think was very well written. So let me know what you guys thought down below. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you in the next one, homies.